They had without pulleys and fucking carts and like all like they would have had to have just dragged everything on sleds. I don't think so, man.
Pyramidal, treasury, and many other ancient architectures' lintels and top stones, often weighing many hundreds of tons, were not only transported from
Again, blocks
quarries
that they
many hundreds of
voluntarily
miles, but
chose to
placed
use that
aloft
big.
many meters with seeming ease. Furthermore, we have in the past not only postulated and have also presented reams of witness testimony and photographic corroboration, still to be found in newspaper archives across the Western world, describing these finds, but also the Smithsonian's efficiency in not only dealing with the matter, but disappearance of any further reporting, thus exploration. This also supporting the reason for lost pieces of the puzzle, which is inhibiting us from unlocking the secrets to these sites' construction. Perhaps we may never know the true motivations for such a controversial exposure in China, but nonetheless, the resulting fallout of proof presented for our community
Do they have double
is
jaws?
a step closer to the truth. The untangling of a tired and tangled web of lies in which many have weaved. For at the
Those
bottom of
Denisovan teeth
Pandora's
are
box,
so big.
there is always hope. In August of 2016,
Just because
an
you're big
ancient
doesn't change the
footprint of
medium and
gigantic
structures
proportions
made. Yeah.
was discovered by a group of photographers.
Yeah, that shit's
It
wild.
was found within a place known as Pinyan Village
I mean,
in
if
Guizhou,
they were 20
a
feet tall,
southwestern
maybe that
province
would
of
be a little
China.
different.
Ever since the discovery,
Look at the size of
numerous
that.
expeditions have been made to the footprint, and also,
I mean,
predictably, the many mainstream
looks like a
denials of its
footprint.
possibility of being a real footprint
I
began
mean, that looks
and
real.
have since continued. Simply
What the
dismissed
fuck?
as a coincidental depression in the
I don't
stone
think
made
so.
by erosion. It must be noted, however, that this argument could indeed be more warmly
Or is it a
welcomed
bear or
if
something?
it weren't for the multiple other, what could be seen as collection of prints that have now been found and documented around Earth, many of which we have indeed shared in the past. The footprint is said to be 57 centimeters long and 20 centimeters
Okay, now that
wide
one
at its
maybe looks a
widest
little
point,
faker.
with a maximum depth of 3
That's
centimeters.
so big. Come
Found
on,
indeed
man.
within fossilized rock. It is,
That's
however,
too
lacking
big.
in accurate carbon dating, but most certainly
Dog.
originates from the prehistoric era.
I don't know.
At 57
man.
centimeters long, it is nearly 3 times the size
Holy
of the normal
fuck.
modern man's foot, giving its owner an
Ah,
estimated height of
really?
18 feet tall.
Really?
According to some of the original reports, a supposed
18
article
foot tall
regarding the
MF
footprint
could
gave
probably
a bare
do
bones
it.
description of the discovery.
Just saying, like if they were
However,
really that
according
tall,
to Snoops.com,
they could fucking
and
pick
indeed
these blocks
Logic,
up and
this
fuck.
account can be proven false, as the print's existence would have almost certainly been exposed by the photographers themselves. It is something which we find highly compelling. The Liangzhu culture, an incredibly ancient, now lost, yet once highly advanced civilization, one which once dwelled on the banks of the Yangtze River Delta
yeah, it still doesn't
in
explain
eastern
how they
China.
cut the rocks.
The cultural
right? How they
advancements of
quarried
this
them.
civilization have been of archaeological interest for a number of decades, particularly due to its similarity with the growth of our own modern civilization, throwing mystery onto how this once flourishing class-driven civilization
I mean, like I said,
suddenly
I think an explanation that works is like they had different hominids in different time periods for different tasks. You know, like earlier times they had fucking giant MFs to build megalithic structures for them for some reason that we have yet been able to discern. You know, like and then they didn't round them all up and slaughter them, or maybe they did, but it seems like they didn't kill them all when they were done using them. You know, they just let them live out their days, and that's why we have all these stories about giants like living in the hills or whatever. You know, like friendly giant or mean giant. There's lots of giants that, you know, hermits and stuff, right? You know, what's his name? Goliath. And then they've, they interbred with humans. I mean, that kind of looks like the evidence, though, right? I just don't know why they're so committed to, like, covering it up. It seems bizarre. I mean, maybe it's just, like, with UFOs, it's just too many, inconvenient questions. It's not even like they're so opposed to, like, the reality of the giants. It's just that they don't want to have any of the, okay, so what does this mean for this? Like, what? A Nephilim cannibal?
Burials were often found to have been practiced to different standards. This
even if there's like, I mean, a lot of these are found together, right? Like the that one Native American site, and it was, I forget. I think there was like 40 something different skeletons that were like over 7'5" or something. They were just huge. And then the Smithsonian, what they do is like they slowly like misplace them and like use them to like lower the meat, like are able to like slowly drive down the height of the skeletons over the years. So something that came in at like 7'8" is listed as like 6'5" or whatever.
Depended on the financial asset.
Like, they don't know where any of the shit is, and they can't. Stuff that's supposedly in their, stores somewhere, they don't know. Nothing. They don't have any of that shit.
It's of the individual's family. However, nearly the entire
Beyond
span of this
Thunderdome
monstrous
type thing?
ancient civilization's ruins lay stratified. Academia has been kept busy documenting their pottery techniques and the mastery they possessed in the manipulation of jade. Yet why they simply vanished some 4,000 years ago, after flourishing unabated from 5,300 years ago, has remained a thorn in their sides, one they were seemingly
makes sense that
unable
you would
to
employ
explain
giants
without
in your
the partial
military.
admittance of an ancient great flood, a reality which it seems they have finally surrendered to. The investigations of this ancient civilization, although not widely known outside of China, have revealed that the civilization shows all the hallmarks of the other advanced global civilizations we have been researching worldwide, most probably linked, we feel. Canal manipulation for irrigation, advanced agriculture, and many other forms of evidence, including advanced plumbing and sewage systems, all lead us to this conclusion. Quote, "Yet regardless of this single innovative millennium, the Liangzhu culture mysteriously collapsed around 4,300 years ago,
Those pipes are
and
wild.
the ancient city was abruptly abandoned. Exactly why has never been fully understood, although many have suggested some form of catastrophic flooding led to the sudden decline. A thin layer of clay was found on the preserved
Lying about
ruins,
Israel is the
which
oldest
points
profession.
to a possible connection between the demise
Stop
of the
lying
advanced
about
civilization
Israel.
and floods of the Yangtze River or floods from the East China Sea. Geologist Christoph Sprudel from the University of Innsbruck in Austria has finally admitted. We find such conclusions, and
Highly
indeed the
compelling.
ruins in which they were enveloped,
Highly
compelling.
compelling.
After being demonetized
Jaime
3 months
Maussan.
ago in a possible attempt by the academic
Yeah,
world
I've been
to silence
demonetized
me,
too.
instead of running
Y'all don't
away,
subscribe.
I have completed the
It's
mission,
like you want them to
fulfilling
win.
a promise I made to you over 10 years ago. With over 400 pages, 52,000 words, and around 250 hand-illustrated images,
Racist
I have
against
finally
antediluvian
finished my magnum
cultures.
opus, the most definitive, in-depth expose of the ancient world ever created.
Whatever
A
color
literal
they wear.
mountain of undeniable evidence. The ultimate ancient mystery completely unraveled for the first time in modern
I'm
history.
not sure what they looked like, but I
Presenting
know
to
that I
you the
hate
first
them.
complete manual of a lost and hidden antiquity, which not only proves its past existence beyond doubt, but for the first time ever, revealing to the masses just what this pre-flood world once looked like, what our now lost ancestors once achieved.
That'd be a funny type
But
of
most
guy.
importantly of all, why? Exposing in tremendous detail the real existence of this grand and still ongoing conspiracy. A conspiracy to hide our
Very
own
giant
historical
person and not a
legacy
good
from
brain.
the world at large. For this not lost knowledge,
Oh,
but rather
yeah.
exhibits discovered, collected, simply to then be ignored, dismissed, and ultimately covered up. Having rejected attempts by the academic world
it's
to pay me
like-
off, I have instead set out to
Really?
crucially
Like-
expose
just like
the specific
Stephen
hidden
Greer.
inner workings of this
they
occulting
offered him
behavior,
$2 billion.
so that you, as I have, may learn how to destroy it.
I believe it too.
Exposing the many institutions created to uphold this conspiracy, but also, and in equal extraordinary detail,
I think he's
just
probably
what it is they
I'll
have
tell you what I
long been
think
hiding.
happened.
For you, dear reader, will also soon realize the motive behind this ancient madness. Undeniable evidence presented in exquisite detail, the clear evidence of ancient high technologies that they were once utilizing to build these astonishing
think,
places, solving many long-standing mystery histories from a lost and hidden legacy. So prepare, for everything you
Wait.
thought you knew about our past
Why
is
do
about
you-
to be demolished,
Why do you need to say
corrected,
that? I don't
and
get it.
rewritten before your very eyes, inevitably triggering a dramatic shift in the way one looks upon the ancient world, and bestowing you, my dear reader, with my very own armory of ancient knowledge. Do not hesitate to grab a copy
I mean,
while it's still out in the wild.
I
Link
don't
to
know
physical
if-
copies, or an ebook version can be found in the description and pinned
I don't know
comment.
if there's any consistent story about
And
how
thank you to
intelligent
all
they
of you
are.
for all of your
I
support
could see them being
over these
dumb,
many
though.
years, having now gone full circle, enabling me to gift you this precious knowledge back
Like
to
they
you
could have
as
been
a result
optimized for.
and as repayment
They could have
for
been
your loyalty.
optimized for.
And so, without any
fucking,
further ado, let's begin.
brute strength and not, intelligence or whatever. But I think that was one of the things that they were, I think
Chapter 4.
pretty
Impossible
obviously
ancient stone cutting
trying
machines.
to
This
modify
precision
for,
stone cutting
like,
ability then far beyond the capabilities of the many
docility,
primitive tribes
right? Like,
academically
there's a
pinned to
trade-off.
their creation. For together,
Like if you think
the
about
connecting
it,
feature
like there's a trade-off. There's like the docility, the intelligence, and the strength, and they're trying to find a sweet spot in there, right? Which is my theory about the Greys, being a modern iteration on humans that are more docile and controllable, potentially for lower gravity environments and stuff. Like you see from the Nazca mummies, it's all these different species, they're like lab experiments almost. I think that's what was going on there. They were like combining different species, trying to make optimal species, which is also like, isn't there like a part of the Bible or something where there's all these chimeras and whatnot? There's all these fucking genetic anomalies and freaky deaky shit.
features I am about to reveal will put to rest any doubt that these places, some of which claimed as once
Maybe
the
that
work
too.
of slaves, built with nothing more
Maybe
than
that
stone
too.
hammers
Yeah,
and
sure.
copper chisels, is
I
nothing
don't think
but a
though. I
blatant
think they
lie.
were slaves.
For although astonishing ancient sites such as that of Petra in Jordan, or as you will see its little sister Hegra, also known as Mada in Saleh within Saudi Arabia, with their many globally familiar laser-like stone-cut designs, along with their many once perfectly executed structures, each cut straight out of the bedrock, were all, regardless of who is claimed, once the creation of the same civilization. These repeating patterns, these same stone-cutting abilities found all over the planet, still on display for all to see, yet are seemingly overlooked as such due to the considerable efforts that are put into preventing these countless, undeniable connections from ever being consciously made, and thus are rarely academically investigated. These clear and unexplainable anomalies left for all to see, undeniable evidence of these places having once been constructed using the same tools by the same civilization